Welcome to another installment of Engineering Money, the podcast where some full-time engineers give their 2 cents on the financial news of the week and also are just trying to survive. Um,
Yeah,
my name is Ben. I am a civil engineer in Washington State.
my name's Tim. I'm a mechanical engineer in Indianapolis.
My name's Joey. I'm a food products engineer in Minneapolis.
And we are sponsored this week. Tim, you want to talk about that?
We're always sponsored by Vinovest.
Always.
They do wine investing. It's very cool. You can drink your investment. They handle all the hard work. You just put your money in, and they have some guy go, you buy these, and you buy them, and then they sometimes hopefully make you money.
Boom.
Um, we have
It's
a
pretty
link in the
compelling.
description.
Yeah, link in the description. Also, be sure to check out, while you're down there, the Discord link, as well as either, we got our Spotify if you're watching us, or our YouTube if you're listening to us, if you want to shake
Wait.
up how your
Ben,
experience is going. What?
you did those backwards.
Did I really?
No. He was saying if you're on YouTube, check
Yeah,
out Spotify.
so if you're listening to us, check out YouTube. If
Oh.
you're watching us, check out Spotify.
I see. That makes
You
sense.
Yeah,
gotta
if
you
you're on
gotta keep up,
Spotify,
Tim. You
definitely-
gotta keep up.
you definitely get the added benefit of video on YouTube. I'm not sure what the YouTube going to Spotify will
Well,
gain.
if you don't
give
have
it a
the
try.
time to sit down and watch us talk the whole time,
Yeah,
Yeah, on the
listen,
go.
listen in the car. On your,
Exactly.
on your way to work from home.
Exactly.
okay. So we are recording this on Saturday. We got some big news that just came out like 2 hours ago, so we wanted to talk about that for a little bit first. And there it is. So this AP article came out
Boom, baby.
Why do I look so pale?
because you are pale.
pale.
Like a
Um,
ghost.
So the vaccine is going to arrive in states on Monday. We got the emergency authorization on Friday evening that the FDA gave the go-ahead to start doing this, and they are starting to roll them out. So it's the one developed by Pfizer and what was it, BioNTech? What was the other? Yeah.
Bio- yeah.
That Pfizer building looks like an old Coca-Cola bottling plant.
Well, maybe it is.
You don't
You don't
know.
know.
So very cool stuff. It's 3 million vaccines are going out, and then they also have on hold an additional 3 million because it's going to be you got to get 2 shots. So essentially they have enough.
Yeah, it's a second
Yeah,
dose.
they have enough planned right now for 3 million Americans, most of which are going to be
So
healthcare
that should get our
workers.
healthcare workers, up and with a fighting chance.
Isn't there isn't one of the other ones just a single shot?
I think Moderna is, yeah, that's kind of its big benefit is it's a single shot that doesn't need to be stored at like 80 below.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that one. Your boy is scared of needles.
So let's talk for a little bit now, because that's the news. But what does this mean for the stock? Okay.
Obviously it means stocks go up, Ben. Any news about anything means stocks go
So
up.
I have a theory. And so what I think right now, what's priced into the market is this successful vaccine that's been authorized. So if nothing goes wrong over the next few weeks, I don't really see any reason why Pfizer would skyrocket based purely off of this news alone. Because this was
Right.
already
They've already sold the vaccines.
all
Pfizer's
of
not making
yeah,
more money
all the
as they
payments
go
have
out.
already been finalized. We know how much they're going to make. We know how much they're going to distribute. What I think could happen is, let's say a week from today, when they've already distributed, let's say 1 million of them they give out, and by the next Friday, a bunch of people who got it have all these sorts of like allergic reactions or whatever.
Yeah, it can only go down.
It can
from
only
here,
go down.
basically.
So I'm saying now
and-
is not like Monday morning is not a good time. You don't want to be picking up Pfizer.
So Ben, are you advocating that we should not have a vaccine?
Nope. I am saying I am advocating that we should not be buying Pfizer on Monday as a stock
Fair.
because
Yeah, and the other thing with Pfizer is they've been, I mean, they've obviously had a rally since, good vaccine news for them, but they've been, last week was kind of wishy-washy. Specifically, though, looking at the technical analysis, getting my data from Recognia here, it
Mhm.
is short-term, 2 to 6 weeks, weak sentiment, but then the mid to long term is strong. So even just the patterns in the chart make it look like there could be a dip coming up, coupled with what Ben
what
just
kind of
brought up.
indicator do you
I
use,
agree.
Joey?
So this is Recognia technical. They basically look at
I
a
can't
bunch
do
of different
that.
ones,
Yeah.
but some of my favorites are the relative strength indicator, um, and on balance volume.
Now, why would it print it like
Relative
that?
strength. That's interesting. So yeah, if you look at that relative strength indicator there, they've gone over that overbought line last week, and now they've started to come
Oh,
down,
I
which
see.
makes
Okay.
sense.
So what
So
does this mean exactly? Do you want to be in the pink?
Yeah, I don't get it.
so in the
Here, let me
pink
move you
is
guys.
like, it's not saying anything. When it gets out of the pink, it means if it's too high, it's overbought. If it's below the pink, it's oversold.
Okay. Interesting.
Sure.
And that's a
It,
combination of stock price and volume movement is
for
what
those
goes
that
into
can't
that.
see, they spend most of their time in the pink.
Yes.
Right, but just this last week or beginning of the month here, they went into the overbought territory, and since then they've had a bit of a dip. But the question is, will it continue?
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing, though, with just right now, all the news is about Pfizer. We talked a little bit about Moderna as well, but I think I saw it was Bill Gates was talking about what he expects there could be something like 6 to 12
Mm-hmm.
vaccines in circulation by the end of 2021.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about all those other ones. And
Mm-hmm.
so the question is, are the side effects and distribution issues of this Pfizer one going to discourage enough people so that the next rounds of vaccines getting purchased will go to those other
Mm.
competitors? And I think that could be where you see them take
Yeah,
a
I
dip.
think the reason we're talking mostly about this Pfizer one is because the federal government has essentially purchased enough of that vaccine to service every single
Right.
individual living in this country. Um,
Wait, they have?
oh yeah, yeah. I don't remember. I don't
That's a
remember the
lot.
specifics, but there was an initial. They bought a ton. It was either 4 or 6 million of the vaccines. But you got to remember, you got to have two per one person. But then they bought an additional 1 million, and then they just also
But
added an additional 1 million on top of
Ben,
that.
there's over 300 million people
I
in the
know,
U.S.
I know. So I think the number was, I think it was 600 million. I could be wrong on
Oh,
that.
okay.
And then they bought an additional 200 million on top of that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Right. I'm just looking at this it's from Dow Jones Company, reporting. They said 500 million doses were bought, and that
Okay,
was
so yeah, maybe it was 400,
this week.
because then they,
But still, the point is there's enough to vaccinate all the, you know, people who need
yeah,
it.
exactly.
sure.
So
I guess.
at the end of this AP article, they talk about how the current administration here is assuming that at this point, like they have purchased enough of the vaccine from just Pfizer alone, um, to accommodate anybody here who wants to be or needs to be vaccinated by the end of the second quarter in 2021.
Right.
Cool.
Which is great. It's awesome. We got this that fast, but it's important to remember as well. Second quarter of 2021 is not January, so continue to stay home.
I I just changed my Chrome to dark theme.
Fun. Yeah. Easy on the eyes.
Well, now I'm not as pale.
All right. So while we're on the topic of Pfizer through the COVID stuff, is it all right if I just dive right into the one thing that I had?
Ben.
So we got some news this past week from a bunch of different companies that are upping their dividends for next year.
Tasty dividends.
Tasty, delicious dividends. And one of those companies is Pfizer. They announced it is going up just only by a penny, so it's going from 38 to 39 cents per share.
Ben, that's
what
nothing.
are you talking about?
A penny for Pfizer being at $40 a share.
Let me do the math here.
Is it a penny per year?
So it's essentially, if you're holding Pfizer for a dividend payout income rate, Pfizer essentially told those people they're getting a 3% raise for next year.
Okay, fine. Yeah, but what was the one that said they were raising it 50%?
Yeah, so I'll keep going down. That was my transition one. We also got Pent Air. You guys know that one? They're a dividend aristocrat.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull it up. They make pumps and like water supply stuff. Pent Air.
Fine. I believe you.
Thank you for believing me. They're going up 5%, which is awesome.
Ooh.
On top of all of the growth that they've had this year. Then we got Campbell Soup. Big one. They're going up 6%. So I guess I can kind of do it in increasing order here. MasterCard. They're raising their dividend by 10%.
Oh,
nice.
baby.
Yep.
They got to compete with Visa.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, Visa is kind of the king right now. King and queen.
Visa's like way bigger than them anyway.
Oh, yeah. Visa's huge. Visa is credit cards.
I have a soft spot for MasterCard, though. They gave me a chance on my first credit card.
Ooh.
Now, hold on a second, though, Ben. How much did you say Pfizer is raising their dividend?
1 penny.
A penny?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's their quarterly dividend is getting raised by 1 penny. So annually, it's getting raised by 4 cents.
4 cents for the year. Okay, and to put it in historical context, every year for the past 10 years and longer, I'm pretty sure, Pfizer has raised by 2 cents. So it's double the raise that people expected.
Oh, 2 cents over the full year. Okay. Ben, get to the.
Okay, I got 2 left. All right, you gotta.
all right.
Take a chill pill, Tim. So we got Broadcom, which is a chip maker. Okay, tech, fancy, buzzwords.
That's nice because those don't always give dividends.
So they are doing a quarterly payout of $3.60, which is up about 11% from last year's quarterly payout. So that's pretty big, but I'm guessing if it's a $3 payout, let's check Broadcom. Yeah, they're at $400 a share.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then the big one, my favorite stock of 2020.
Big one.
Carrier is raising its quarterly dividend by 50%. It's going from 8 to 12.
Ooh. And they've been on a thick rally.
They've gone up I think, is it over 100% yet? It's getting pretty close. Yeah, it's over 100% by a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's 200%.
Best call 2020.
Yeah.
On my list.
And it started out, well, I guess it just, became its own thing, and then there was a lot of volume. And now it's really just like leveled out with the volume.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And if you look at this strength indicator that I kept on here, it's starting to trend downward.
They're not overbought
right now, according to this.
Tight.
Actually, it's the lowest it's been since the spinoff.
Yeah.
Almost.
A key thing
Wow.
though, because it's definitely in a trending market right now, and I think usually these indicators are used for something that's oscillating more.
Mm.
And in something trending as strongly as this, it's good to look at things like the Bollinger Bands and the simple moving average, and you can kind of it tends to, in a trending market, like bounce off of that simple moving average. You'll see
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Um.
But yeah, that was my news. Lots of
Okay.
dividend increases, which is good for me because I love the dividends.
Yes, yes.
All right. Joey, is it fine if I do some rapid fire news?
Go for it.
All right. Did you guys hear that Tesla is adding an additional 5 billion in equity capital?
I did not.
It's
So
a
they're-
follow-on offering, right?
Yep, they're doing another offering, and you know, people want to buy Tesla shares, so why not give them more? Normally this would drive the price down, but
And it
who
did for a
cares?
day.
It did,
It was
but
that sharp drop for a day.
it's Tesla. Who cares? So then people just buy it back up.
Oh my god.
Well, but if you think about it, this will. It should help them grow faster because they'll have more, $5 billion more in cash. They'll be able to use that for a bunch of R&D, and it is kind of funny though that they've made probably more money selling shares than actual products. So
Yep.
keep that
It's-
in mind.
It's a pretty big influx. Big
Yeah.
cash.
But people don't seem to care. But I did say in our Discord that Tesla was going to drop. It hasn't yet, but
People have been saying that since like 2018, Tim.
Yeah, for a minute there, it might still be topping the list, but it was like the most money shorted of any company,
yeah.
Tesla.
But speaking of companies that are way overvalued, we're talking about Snowflake.
Oh yes.
So I bought it right after it IPO'd at like $260. That was already crazy over what it IPO'd at, which was like 120,
Yep.
which was already crazy over what they initially said that it was going to be. But it's gone up to like 300 something.
It was almost at 400 at one point.
Yeah, but here's the thing that not a lot of people know about Snowflake. Only 10% of the shares, technically in the public are currently in float, which means like people can actively trade them. So 24 million out of 240 million shares are available right now. 90% are held by founders, employees, and our favorite Sloot, Frank Slootman.
Yep.
His strike price for his shares is $8.88. So,
Well, because he's a founder, right?
I think that's like. No, he's not a founder. He's the CEO. He only came in April 2019.
Oh.
Yeah. So that means that they're like founders and like early employees that probably have it at under $1 per share. But so 11 million shares are going to become unlocked this Monday.
Oh man, that's the news we needed to hear there, Tim. Bam.
So you best believe that people like Frankie Boy and those early employees, like they've got to be thinking these valuations.
So
this valuation is
who
insane.
exactly is getting the locks removed? Because I know when you buy into an IPO, sometimes that's a condition. When you actually buy it at the IPO price, you have to hold it for a certain amount of time. Is it the public?
Exactly.
Is it the public, or are you saying like the internal employees are able to sell starting Monday?
I'm not I didn't look into it that deeply, but I know so there are 11 million shares being unlocked on Monday. And then 15 days after that, if the price stays above $160, which is one of the contingencies, then another 37 million shares are unlocked.
Holy
Ooh.
crap. Yeah, that's...
Which is triple the
I wonder how
float
much the puts
than what is right now.
are right now for this.
So, I mean, you could say, like, obviously there are going to be people that are saying, like, Warren Buffett bought it, so, you know,
Right.
it'll be fine. Warren Buffett made it. He did all the DD, due diligence. I don't have to think about it too hard. But he very likely paid under $120
Right.
per share. So I only had one share, and I was up 50%, and so I sold it on Friday because I don't think it's gonna stay as high as it is. Okay, and then one more thing. I've talked about, well, no, I'll save this for another time. I was just gonna.
We'll all be waiting on the edge of our
circle jerk
seats
Kathy
until
Wood.
next week.
Yeah. Okay, Joey.
Okay. I want to bring us wrap back around. Think Pfizer, and the group of stocks that Pfizer belongs to, being healthcare stocks. I am all about right now. I don't know if Pfizer is the one to buy this week, but healthcare in general has been on the rise, and it's led by these vaccine manufacturers like Pfizer. The ones that I'm looking at are Johnson & Johnson, another one that makes vaccines. Pfizer, of course, but I also have been doing very well with my investment in AbbVie.
Oh, AbbVie's
and then
good.
just generally, yeah, and then an ETF that I like is IEIH that follows a basket
Say that again.
of healthcare stocks. IEIH.
Okay.
And
Nice.
they've in general been doing well. I mean, when you look at the index fund there, it follows, like, you know, NASDAQ type of shape pretty well. But I don't know. I feel like it's a little less scary than investing in like a tech heavy ETF.
Yeah,
Because
more average.
yeah,
Well,
and
not more average, but
it's just more, healthcare stocks are more likely to pay dividends. They're also a reason to believe that a recession is going to really boost healthcare stocks. They tend to consistently outperform the market in a recession, and we are squarely in a recession as far as the business cycle goes right now. So that's why it's been like the past month, it looks like this trend is starting to go up. And I'm talking more of a long-term play here. So rising for 1 month doesn't mean it's about to stop. For me, I'm thinking bullish on healthcare stocks. I go for the ETFs because, you know, there's so many out there, it's tough to pick. And I especially get scared when you go into picking like individual like biotechnology stocks, which I feel like there's a new one IPOing every week. And they are crazy. They're like non-investable for me. So I like the bigger names that pay dividends, have stable growth, or just go for the big basket of the ETF. But that's my strategy this week, and I'll probably be keeping an eye on that for a while to come now.
Joey, didn't you tell me the other day that you have like 40 ETFs in your portfolio?
It's good to be diversified.
I told you I had 40 total positions. Many of them were ETFs. That was a while ago. I've since pared down.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
It's good to have like a core set of your portfolio, like fully diversified among the ETFs you like. It's just, you know, trying to beat the market, you put just a fraction of your portfolio up. You don't have to put everything, unless you follow the philosophy where you need to make a year's salary in one transaction.
Yeah. then you need to not have a core position. There's no way that's gonna work.
Let's make the world's first ETF.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We would have to have a pretty high expense ratio to do that.
It would be a little, yeah. I don't know. I don't know the appeal of that.
Real quick before we close out, though. Fear versus greed
Ooh,
index.
yeah, let me pull that up.
We're edging into greed instead of extreme greed.
People are getting scared. Oh! Yeah, last week it was what, 89?
Baby.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah.
says it right there.
76. Okay. So it's dropping.
It's almost time to buy stocks again.
Yep, it's dropping like a hot potato.
But, yeah. I don't know. The thing is, like, if you wait, you could have a crazy rally and be like, oh, I should wait to buy stocks. And then when it does dip, I mean, it's likely that it's not even going to dip below where you were thinking about buying in the first time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's better to
what I've been
add on the positions, ride the wave down, and then kind of just hold it as it rises back up.
And then buy more when you're
Yep.
at the bottom.
Dollar cost averaging. It works.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I think that's a good place to close it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in this
Absolutely.
week to another episode of Engineering Money, and we will see you again next week.
Sleep good, everyone.